Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm actually at one of the creeks that I normally fish. This creek is running all along here. There's actually a railroad track that runs right here, and there's a bridge, and that's a good spot under that bridge. A lot of times when I come here, if the creek's not flowing too fast, man, it's a pretty good day of fishing. A lot of small fish. Sometimes you land some decent ones. And then further on down, there's another spot that we could access without wading in the creek. But this whole creek that runs along here would be perfect for a little two-man boat, because there's a lot of places you can't access it, and there's some deep holes, and I just know that they hold some fish. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and we'll get to it. This is a good spot normally, but you know, it's early in the year. We'll see what happens. I normally walk down through there, try to without falling, because it looks like it's kind of damp and wet. I should have put my boots on. I've actually got them in my car, because it's going to be slippery. I can see that already. Try to stay on the rocks, get some traction here. Looks like something's been right there that slipped. I don't know if that's a shoe or what that is. All right. Just have to be careful not to fall in. So this looks pretty good. I'm going to just start out with lay my rods down. Yeah, I see somebody's been here, because there's looks like a shoe print right there. All right, so I'm going to start out with this. So I want to just use this little rooster tail. This usually attracts a lot of them, gets a lot of bites, mostly, you know, smaller stuff. This tree's right in my way. I need to get over here so I don't get hung up. All right, let's see what we got. There's a wall of rocks right over there, and that's where a lot of them hang out at. And if they're here, they will grab a hold of this thing. Of course, I could put something else on and try it, but usually this, yep, there's one. Like I say, usually whether they're decent size or not, they usually go after this one. See, that's a nice little bluegill, just a little one, but that's the kind of stuff, if you want to fish with this little rooster tail in here, that's what you get. Sometimes I've gotten some smallmouth and largemouth bass on this thing that's upwards of about 6 inches or so. To try to get it out. Oh, there we go, without hurting them. There we go. All right, first one down. Now, like I say, that's, if you fish with these little rooster tails in here, you'll catch them. Normally you don't catch them much smaller than that, but you'll catch them that size and larger just constantly. But sometimes I've been able to get some decent sized ones. See, there's another one. This one's a little bit better. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's actually a largemouth. You know, that one that I just threw in might have been a little baby largemouth. This one is definitely a largemouth. Try to be careful with him. He's only on one hook. Come on, let me get it out. Yep. Look at that. Nice little largemouth. Go on, baby. Get back in there. There he goes. He went right under that rock right there. He's hanging out right there. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This would be good to bring the kids, man. They can fish with these little tiny little rod and reels that you can actually buy. Look, there's another one as soon as it hits the water. As soon as it hits the water. What do we got here? Look at this little thing. These are getting a little bit too small for this rooster tail though. Can you believe that? That's another little largemouth. See, the other one that I got I thought was a bluegill, but I think it was a largemouth. Yep. Ow. He done pricked me with that little fin. Yep. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. All it is, this is actually a rooster tail brand name. There's other companies out there that make these. This is a 16th ounce. They make the 1/8 ounce. Sometimes if this creek is running heavy, I'll do an 1/8 ounce. But this one seems to be working pretty good. It's still got a lot of action, and they come in a lot of different colors, but the water is super clear. You know, it's got a little stain to it, but it's really clear, and this is kind of a dark color, so I may want to switch to something lighter so the bigger fish can't see it as good, because they may be able to tell this is not real. You know, the bigger the fish, the harder they are to catch, because they're a little bit smarter. Let's try it again. Let me throw it this way. See if we can get anything over here under the bridge. I wish that tree wasn't there. All of this. That way I can throw it straight over that way. We normally go over there and actually fish over there too. But it's too wet. There's no way I can get over there. I might be able to walk this way, but I know I'll end up busting my butt. But it is beautiful here, nice and peaceful. Like I said earlier, I would love to have a little fishing kayak or a one-man boat to go up in this creek, because there's a place upstream to put in, and there's a place downstream to take out, whether it's here or further around. I would actually take it out further around that other fishing hole that I usually fish on this creek. So I don't normally have to reel it in so fast when I'm pulling it up the current, because the blades really work good fishing it, pulling it towards the current and not with it. Oh, there's another one. Boy, they hit it hard too. Holy crap. My goodness. My goodness, they hit. He slammed it, man. Now that's a bluegill. That's definitely a bluegill right there. Look at the colors though. Is that a bluegill or yellow belly? I don't know. That is something else right there. That one slammed it. I'm trying to do this. I don't know if belly's awful full. I don't know what's going on there, but I don't want to hurt it. I got him off. It was a challenge because he kind of had all 3 hooks in him. And I used my needle nose and I got him off, and he took off. That was good. He took off. I had to put him back in the water a couple times until I got my my tools out to get him off of there, and he was good to go. All right, let's try it again. Man, I can't believe how hard he slammed it. It's fun, man, catching smaller fish with this setup, because it's such a light action rod that you really feel them fighting. But he slammed it. I mean, man, he he hit that thing hard. Really surprised me. Look, there's one following it up. A little small one. That's the thing, when they go after it, they get hooked. That treble hooks on this thing don't play. Sometimes it's just a little hard to get them off though when they're small like that. Well, there's a lot of debris from the trees floating downstream. Oh, that might be a good spot there. There's a lot of rocks along this bank. Boy, it's a nice day today. It's super warm. It's warmed up like it was 71 degrees early this morning, and it's supposed to get above 80 today. Really above average for this time of year. Tomorrow's going to be the same way. Then it's going to We got a weak cold front coming through Monday, and it's supposed to drop temperatures again, but it's still not going to be that bad all week next week. Oh, that was a bad one. So I figured I'd get some fishing in while the weather's super nice. There's another one. Oh, he came off. I think it was definitely a small one. I seen him. Kind of glad he came off. He was a little small. Thought about maybe throwing a little plastic worm over there. Might be a big one hanging out under them rocks. I don't have one rigged up though. Oh, got one. What do we got? Oh man, there's a big one chasing him. Wow, look at the size. Damn, that's a nice one. And there's one bigger than him that was following him up. Look, he's right there. Right there. I don't know if you can see him. He's looking up at us. Yeah, look at him. Yeah, he's about the same size. He's a little bit longer. So he's trying to go after the bait. Look at him. He's trying to go after the bait. I don't want to catch two of them at the same time. I'll never get them off. That's a largemouth. Little baby largemouth. Well, that might be a smallmouth. He got a little mouth on him. Let's see what he looks like here. It's hard to say. When they're small like this, it's hard to tell. I gotta get my needle nose out on this one. Come on, calm down. There we go. Look at there. He went right under that rock right there. He went right under that rock right there. Yeah, that other one wanted some of that food. But you got to take it away from him, wasn't he? He was going to take it away from him. All right, let's see what we got. Getting a little bit windy. Well, we're gonna change it up. So I'm basically using the 2-aught offset hook. These are the little 3-inch, 2.5, 3-inch worms that I was telling you about. I'll show you what they are here. Hold on, let me grab one. I got one right here. Little yum. So you can actually do an offset hook, or you can use a jig and just jig it off the bottom. It basically says to use a 1-aught offset or jig, but I don't have any 1-aughts in an offset, so this is a 2, and it's a little bit long of a hook because you can see right here where that smooth part is where you're supposed to be hooking back into it. But I've used these and I've had good luck with them. I've got it set up kind of weedless, so that way whenever the fish comes up and bites it, he'll push down right there and the tip of the hook it will be exposed and he'll get hooked. I got it just barely peeking out right there, and that kind of helps keep it from getting caught up in the weeds or the rocks. And I've also got, so these are Yum Dinger. It's a pearl silver flake is what it is. And man, these things they work great. And then another young dinger, 3-inch, basically a watermelon. It's a watermelon with red flake, and I've had good luck with these too. See if you can see them in there. Yep. So I've got an 1/8 ounce little barrel head weight on here. Try to get a little weight. I got these, and I got some 3/16, something a little bit bigger. So let's throw it out and see if it'll work. Hopefully I won't have to go with a heavier weight. I basically want to just drop it over there and let it sit right in them rocks. I think it's sitting on the bottom right there. Just thought I would try this, see if there's any bigger ones out there hanging out under them rocks. Oh, there was one biting it. Must have been a smaller one, because he didn't get the hook. Yeah, tail's chewed up a little bit. That's what I'm talking about, way over there. Let it sit down. Let's hit the bottoms of them rocks. Oh, they're hitting it. Small ones though. That's all right. Let's get some big ones on this thing. I may have to get a heavier weight on it. I can sure feel the bites. Smaller ones are hitting it. There he goes. No, we're gonna try our little rig. So this one's a little Shakespeare. This one is a Shakespeare micro spin, and you can get these already put together really cheap. It's got a super light rod on it. I mean, this thing's what, 3 foot, maybe 4? Let's see, it probably says on here somewhere. If I look a little closer, But these are fun, man. These are good for small little fish, great for kids. So what I got here is I've got a little pinch on weight, I've got a little hook, just a tiny little hook, and then this is typically a little bit larger than I put on here, but since whatever was trying to bite the bait that I had out before, the little 3-inch humdinger, it was pulling pretty hard on that big rod. So I'm hoping, you know, they're decent sized fish, and if they're decent sized, they'll grab this whole hook here. Now what I've got, this is Barkley's Gulp. This stuff, it's basically a night crawler, artificial night crawler, and I've had this, it's sealed and they're still fresh, and I'm not kidding you, I've had this bait for, gosh man, 5, 6, 7 years maybe, or longer. I just never really used it a whole lot, but they're still wet, fresh, and they got a smell to them, and they look like real worms. You know, when you pull them out, they're all curly, look like real worms, and I mean, the fish eat these up. Normally what I do is I'll just get me a little teeny piece, about 1/4 of an inch, and I'll put it on here, and that's when you catch the small ones all the time. But I'm going with a little bit longer because I want to see what was hitting that 3-inch humdinger. I mean, whatever it was grabbing the tail of it and taking off with it. So I'm hoping whatever it is, it's, you know, decent size fish. It might be a small one. Now the real small ones will just peck at the end, or peck at it, and they won't get hooked up. But if it's a decent size, you know, little fish, it'll get hooked up. And I want to leave that little pinch on weight where it's at. If that's not enough because of the current, I'll throw some more weight on there, because I want it to go to the bottom. That's what I need. And because it's such a light line, I don't know if it's going to stay on the bottom or if the current's going to drag it. I can already tell the current's done taking it. So I'm going to have to put some more weight on it. I got some weight on it now. Might have a little too much, but we're gonna try it. Oh yeah, see, nice and easy. Gets it all the way over there now, and it's gonna be laying right on the bottom. And I've got the weight pretty close to the hook. And if it yep. All right, I think we got one. Yep, we got one. What do we got? Oh yeah, another largemouth, little baby largemouth. That's what I thought. I figured these were what was trying to hit that larger bait over there, because, you know, they're pretty aggressive. They may be small, but they're pretty aggressive. So one hook. There we go. Nice little one, huh? Look at there. See, at least this way you won't get all hooked up with 3 treble hooks. But now we need his big brother to come out. So they're definitely hanging out over there where the rocks are, right on the edge of the current, and they're probably feeding on little baby fish, because there's a lot of little baby bait fish out here. There's another one. Oh yeah, that's a pretty decent one there. Yep, look at there. Yep. That's what I mean. This creek is full of fish. Now there's definitely some bigger ones in here. Don't hook me. There's definitely some bigger ones in here, don't get me wrong. If there's small ones like this, there's bigger ones. But if you want to have some fun and just catch a bunch of little fish, get you a little lightweight rod and reel and rig it up. So basically the rooster tails do a good job, but they are obviously staying on the bottom. They're hanging out on the bottom, and I think they're staying on the rocks over there. They're kind of staying in cover out of the current, and in the little minnows, little bait fish, or just getting swept by them, and they're running out there and grabbing them. Let's do it again. All the way on the other side, right there. Now I got some weight on it, it's staying on the bottom. I got another bite. Got another one. Got another one. This one's a little smaller, ain't he? He's a smaller one here, but it's a little largemouth. I'd like to hook into a bigger one. Something that's going to put up a good fight with this little rod. All right, well, I moved to another spot on this creek. This is a beautiful location here, kind of a deep hole, and right through here is where the water is kind of rushing through a shallow area. And a lot of times you'll get some decent fish hanging out in here, trying to feed on some of the smaller fish that get washed through this. Oh, come on. Oh, I got one. Pretty decent one. I've been seeing one jumping around over there. It's a striper, or a striped bass, I should say. I think it's a striped bass. He's barely hooked, I think. I've been seeing him jumping over there. Yeah, look at that. Look at the colors on that thing. Well, I think I want to call it a day. It's been nice just kind of exploring, checking out some spots. I haven't really been here in a long time. Normally the water isn't up this high, and you can actually walk across here and walk all the way down the side of this creek. So the water is definitely up. As you can tell, it's flowing. It's really beautiful. Once I got here, I only caught that one striped bass. At least I think it was a striped bass. And I've seen a lot of smaller fish feeding over there. So I thought I'd come over here and try to see if I can catch anything on this side. I've seen a lot of smaller fish just kind of hanging out here. But yeah, I think next time I come out, I'm going to come prepared and bring my waders and actually wade this whole creek all the way down. It's not that deep. There is some deep pockets along there. It's been probably a couple of years ago. I came through here, I walked all the way down the side and was fishing down there and had some luck. So there is actually another spot on this part of the creek that I do pretty well, catching some 6-7 inch largemouth all the way around. It's about probably a half a mile or so down. So maybe next time I'll go down there and kind of see if we have any luck down there. As you can hear, there's a train. Hold on. Yeah, there's actually a train track there. There's a super tall overhead up there. There's a road right there that you drive through that to that lake, and it's pretty cool. I'll have to get some video footage of that when I do. I want to actually be fishing that lake too pretty soon. So anyway, I appreciate you guys checking the video out. Please like, subscribe, comment below, and we'll see if we can't have better luck next time. At least we got to catch some fish today, just some small ones, but it's all good, right? It's all pretty cool. So we're still kind of early in the season, and once the water really starts warming up, they get really active here. So I appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next video.